Coming up, we'll talk to one of the members of a local band here in Jacksonville. The show is next on unfproduction.com. Our guest today is Joel Hirezi, singer and songwriter of the band Northe. Thank you for joining us, Joel. So how did Northe really come together?
Well, I had about 4 years ago I had suffered an injury in soccer, and I was a little down about that. And I was running an errand. I was actually taking my dog to the groomers, and it was to kill time. There was a guitar store next door, and I kind of wandered myself there, and I bumped into a future member, Scion, and his little guitar was he was playing and kind of just lured me in there, you know. So we met up, and there was instant chemistry, I guess. We hit it off, and I invited him over that afternoon, actually, and I guess we kind of jammed. So.
And the other band members?
It was gradually. We had like a 48-year-old bassist at the time that was friends with my dad, and he would invite his son over to come to our practice sessions, and his son would just kind of bob his head while we were jamming the whole time. We didn't even have a drummer at the time. It was one of our friends was helping out, and there was a time where the drummer couldn't make it, and this kid that just kept bobbing his head, he was like, "Do you mind if I sit in?" And I was just like, "Yeah, you've just been sitting there for 2-3 weeks now." He's like, "Oh, I play drums." So he just kind of sat in, and that was another member. And Kevin, I actually shared several classes with in our bio major here, so kind of put that together.
That was the group. Well, what inspired the name Northe?
Well, growing up, I listened to this band. I don't know if something corporate in high school, and there was an album that left a lasting impression to me, and it was titled Northe. And I remember this conversation I had with Scion. It was like, band names, it's the most difficult thing. And I gave him 2 options. It was either Jolie and the Outlaws or Northe, and he just didn't even hesitate. He was like, Northe sounds great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll be back for more Q&A with Joel on the show.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Welcome back to the show. Our guest today is Joel Hirezi, singer and songwriter of Northe. So Joel, how would you describe the band's style of music?
Well, it's various. We all have different influences. I grew up listening to a lot of rockabilly rock. I'm a huge Buddy Holly fan. I like Elvis, Ritchie Valens. Our guitarist is very much into Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page. I'm more of a Robert Plant guy, but he's a guitarist, Jimmy Page. He's also really much into the Smiths, Johnny Marr, and I like Morrissey. So our bassist is into a lot of experimental jazz, and our drummer, he won't say. He likes grunge rock, but he really likes Buddy Rich. It's a lot of oldies drums. Music back then was different. So
it's quite a variety for you guys.
Variety, very eclectic.
Yeah.
We put in different things to the table. So.
Well, as a songwriter, what other kinds of music inspires you to write?
Music, I'm more this is just me, like Northe as an entity, we would all have completely different answers. For me, I'm more into the stories of the artists, like their life, what brought them to write a certain song, and you can feel that. It evokes a certain emotion, and that inspires me, to tell a story to people. So
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Joel, for joining us. And if you want to have any more information on Northe, follow them on Facebook or visit us at unfmedia.com.